Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone. Welcome. How are we? Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kudrith. Hey, Bob. Hey, Cheesy Potato and PF Dennis. Hey, Kittrell. Hey, Rod. Hey, Musaka and Shannon and Peter and Jeff. Folks today. Tooks. We're back on the Trident. I'm looking forward to getting this done. I need to put this back in my in my printing rotation. My blue V2 is having trouble right now, so having it going would be a good thing. Hey BA, hey Bill, hey Sergey, hey Doom, hey Corey and Mitchell and Barry. Hey Chris too, welcome. So finally, I think we're at a point where we can start looking at assembling this XOL Toolhead. Been looking forward to this. I'm on the third print of it. But this should be the latest one, and I imagine it'll probably be the updated one for a while. We shall see. Hello, Sink and Queasy Diver. So, I guess let's see what we have here. We've got stuff. So I printed the latest parts. I put all the old previous revisions here in the background just for fun. So let me get those out of the way so we don't get them mixed up. Big Sony TV just died. Uh-oh. Does that mean you can't watch? Or are you on your phone now or something? Hey, Wally. Rebuild from an old config I had. Uh-oh. Hey, Nuno. Tuxedo. Good to see you at Rapid, Wally. So where we left off is we were building the Vitali Tap. I could not find my little place or installation assistant here, but I found it in between streams. So set up, clip up, back up right after. Phone for a moment. Don't forget the like button, that's true. Don't forget there's a Polymaker filament giveaway in the pinned post in the description. We'll do that in a couple hours. Let's see how far we get. Hey, Sissy Kid. I like Tap as well. I like Tap as well. Hey, Prince Frank V. Steven. We are getting there. We are getting there. I mean, the gantry is installed. I have not set belt tensions, which we could at this point. I did bring my tension meter out here. Gabriel and Dama and Andrew. Andrew, you should have an email from me. I sent you an email right before stream. PF Dennis, thanks for the gifted memberships. The PPSCF is out now, so I ordered some. Nice. Is it actually out on there? Let's see. us.polymaker.com. It's the end of the workday. No more tension fees. How you doing, Bob? Let's see. More filaments. Did they move it off of here? Do they have a... Let's go here. Did they put it in its own website? Hey, Poity. You know, Andrew, I was looking at your profile pic. That wasn't you, it was Maurice. I'm sorry. I looked at your profile pic and it looks very similar, I think. Maurice's. I did not mean you. Sorry. Last Sunday's winner. Hey William, hey Jeff. What? Yeah, oops. So you're saying if I go, oh, is it under maybe new products? No. So you're saying the PA 612CF links to the Fiberon page? How? Set up now in the office. US.Polymaker. It doesn't look like it here. Is there a different page? They don't have this all sorted out yet, it looks like. Doing Saturday, going to sell my first Voron. Wasn't really using much for a while because of the print volume. I don't know. My V0 is one of my most used ones. Go to Fiberon.polymaker. Okay. Oh, there we go. I got a 2K roll of that. Master composites. It doesn't really tell us. There's no actual. There's just a sign up. It's not a page yet, it looks like. Yeah, they're not ready yet. It's not ready. Or I'm not getting the latest version. I don't know. Yeah, Tuxedo, I'm not 100% sure what the 612 is. We can look. PA 612 says some beta testing. It is not, it doesn't have a lot of description on it. So I only use it to print printer parts, and I don't do that often, unfortunately. Yeah, I throw all kinds of stuff at mine, so to each their own. Okay, XOL Toolhead. Let me go back. Well, there's a docs page here now, but let's go here. Let's paste this link. Terms up a costume for details. There we go. So this is the XOL Toolhead. It was just updated a couple of weeks ago. There's some docs updated, it looks like. I am going to turn the temperature down on my thing out here first for a moment. It is still way too hot in here. Let me turn this down to its, there we go, to its minimum temperature. Just ordered a kit for it. Awesome. So this is the latest version. There's a CPAP and a non-CPAP version. I'm going to do the fan version. And then there are docs. Let's go to the bill of materials. And M3 heat sets, M3x8 hex. We need some flat washers. That says alternatively use an M3 plus M5 stacked washers. I actually think I have the proper washers for this. I may have to go to the other garage to get them. Hey, Litian. What? Oh, this is for belt mounting system. This is if we were not using the tap. This M4 metal tube. And then some cable ties. We are doing the Orbiter Toolhead. Good job, Bob. And I think I have all the fans I need for it. And then the Hotend. Now, I could not find, is there a US based, does anybody know? And hey, Jose, does anybody know if there is a US based vendor for RGBW sequins? Gotta laugh, my job is done. More, we need more laughs. It's 108 outside right now. Here, it's 108. I could use, what's it supposed to get to? 112 tomorrow. 108 today, 112 tomorrow. Doesn't get down to even 100 until next Tuesday. Adafruit. Let's check that out. All right. Way too many degrees. Yes. Hey, Skyrim. I'm sure I spelled that wrong. Yeah, let's go. Let's just see if sequin. Aha. So I want the, is there a RGBW version or is it just white? 112 is like most of summer here. Yeah, I've seen all of these, but I haven't seen, let's see if there's like a related products down here. May we also suggest vacation week so I can actually catch a weekday stream. Hey, Shlunky Kong. How are you? Look at that. It's been a while and I still, you know. at the item and look at the tech spec. These are the kid sister. They only show a single color. Flora neopixel. Nope. That's not it. Has the bed ones, but the solder one, HD ones, but the soldered points are tiny. They just have RGB. I was actually did a quick search here for them at the popular US based vendors, and I'm looking for RGBW. So aha. Is there Adafruit? There's data sheet for the different ones. On the right side under the add to wish list. RGBW ones? You said on the right side under the add to wish. Oh, technical details. Description. We've got these, but that doesn't really take me anywhere. Put a product request in with K-Breezy. Look here, LED sequins. Yeah, I'm not going to spend a ton of time with this, but I'm not seeing RGBW versions here. And I kind of want RGBW. There is, that's AliExpress. Is this even RGBW? These are only single colors. Yeah. It says Lab 445. Yeah, those are RGBW sequins. You can see that's the W, that yellow there. Yeah, this is a EU vendor though. So okay, anyway, I am going to probably just assemble this because I have something I thought might work, but I'm not sure if it will. These actually came from Polarted. These are, but I think these are just RGB as well. But they have 3 little pixels on them, and I don't know if they are compatible. I don't know if these are compatible or not. West City seem to have them. They have RGB, not RGBW. I've seen them on Barfield. Didn't pay attention to them too much. Just Lab 4450, that's just a lot of shipping to get those over here. So I will probably, due to the difficulty in sourcing this, just do the main, the regular neopixel on these. So, but if you were to do that, there is, we go back here and go to the docks. There are different sizes and thicknesses. Yes, you need the 0.8 millimeter thick PCB in order for it to work. I wonder if these are even that. Let me see what the PCB thickness is on these ones that I do have here, just for fun. Oh, these are thin. I can already tell that it's a thin PCB on these. Yeah, these are 0.8 millimeter. Coming up 0.75, but yeah. These are the thin PCB. I just don't think that these are correct for what we're looking for. So I'll just do a regular RGBW neopixel. Anyway, so we've got this. We'll get into the documentation here. All the things about it, supported hardware. I think we can go right into, we got printing parts. Not scaled to suit any particular fitment. You will need to calibrate. Support removal, what to print. So I printed the tap stuff with a Rapido high flow, which will probably swap the hot end out on this printer later with something different. So, but that probably won't be part of this build series. That'll be a ways down the road. So we're gonna go with the Rapido for now. For the other ones I've used. Okay, I'll check that out, Kevin. Thank you. Big list of compatible hot ends here. And then for pap ducts and then extruder mounts. So we're gonna use the Orbiter, but you can use any number of these other extruders. And then the faceplate with the little LED diffuser. So I have all this printed. I have these little 2.5 savers, and some Trident printers, the lead screws are slightly too high and may collide with the XOL ducts when the tool head is at the very front corner. So we'll find out. Hey, Brian. Okay. Then we have, next thing is carriage assembly. But this would be for the, I think this would be for the carriage itself. So I'm using tap, so I think we can skip this. But if you were doing a solid carriage like this, along with a clicky or Euclid or beacon style probe or whatever. Lead screws only collide if using a UHF hot end. Good to know. So there's a bunch of things to do here, but we won't need to deal with this. Let me just see, yeah. Tool head assembly. So here we go. Now we're gonna get to it. For Rapido and Sherpa Mini, with faith that you can work it out from here if you're using a different combination. Probably. Okay. So remove the included supports. They're going to get in the way if you don't. So let me move the printer off of here for now, just so the camera doesn't try to focus on it. Move it over to this wonderful Husky auxiliary workbench I use. So we got this, and the little LED diffuser. So it looks like we break a bunch of supports off of here. It comes out. Coming out okay. That's not super pretty, but it's down and behind it. This is Polymaker ASA. Your tweezers. Some tweezers to get rid of stuff like this. There we go. Good night, Breeze. I am going to use a Rapido high flow, just the HF. So that's a piece there as well, right? There we go. Bend that a little bit. Get that all open. There we go. And then I think, is that it? That's it for that. Piece there. There we go. Hey, Collie. Hey, Maker Viking. And then this one, this is the Orbiter mount. I don't think they really needed that support there. They could have ran a cross bridge on that pretty okay, I think. I don't think that was really needed, but it doesn't hurt. Faceplate doesn't have any supports, so then all these can go away. Okay. There's a hex nut that goes up in there. Let's just get into it. Throw a screw up in here. Joel, Sergey. One thing that didn't sell me on XOL is the printability. Dragon is more elegant. We'll be doing the Dragon burner, is that right? On my solid fork rebuild, I think. Pushes in from below and most, slides in from the side. Gaxon. And then LEDs. So we have an LED slot. Don't have a lot to worry about with the LEDs, so I think I'm gonna wait for a bit. Since I'm not doing all 3 LEDs right now, I'm not gonna throw that in quite yet. We're gonna look here a little closer. I do kind of like the, and this kind of proves, this is where the sequin goes. These 3 LED ones I have aren't gonna work there because of the, come on, there we go. Because the space in there isn't enough. So that kind of proves that. Uh-oh, oh, whew. I moved the printer, but had the neopixel on top. This is gonna do something like, just go up in there, I guess. Just see if that fits okay. I think that'll just slide up into there. Sorry, those small LEDs are my nightmare. I should probably get some like 28 gauge PTFE wire as well. I have silicone insulated 28 gauge. It's quite a bit thicker than a thin PTFE insulated wire would be. Probably pick up some of that. Push the diffuser into the faceplate. I'm gonna have to clean this up because it's not dry PET G, but that's probably a good thing for a diffuser. Nice and cloudy is what we're looking for this, so I think. I printed this on the Mark 3.5 over there in the enclosure. That was available last night when I printed it. Okay, let's see if that'll go in here. Yep, that went right in. Can you show a close-up of the LED? Which LED there, 3D Print Junkie? I mean, this is my RGBW. It's just a typical. Oh, come on. This camera is really having a hard time. I used to be able to focus up here, I seem to remember. Yep. Okay, and then install the 2510 Hotend fan. Where did I put the parts for this? Oh, there they are. Ugh. Let's put these over here. Hey, BBs. Okay, so I have a whole set of little honey badger fans here from Demlar. Gave them to me at IRF last year. Be nice. So, 2510. Screws are going into plastic, do not over tighten. So this is gonna go in here, and those wires are gonna kind of wrap around here, right? Ah, there we go. If we come in from the side, it seems to be easier than trying to get around there. If we come in from the side there, it slips right in. This is going to end up going where? Just kind of all across here. go all across here and then up the back, I guess. Up through this hole in the back. Something like that, I think. While we are here then, let's go ahead and put wires on that. NeoPixel. We might as well wire it in, right? Get my little bin of Adam. Is this the stuff? Is this the thin stuff? No, that's the thick stuff. A little 28 gauge silicone wire I was talking about. I need to find it. I think this is thick as well. Doesn't say what size it is, but I don't think this is it either. Light stream, what are the benefits of this tool head? There's quite a few options for hot ends and extruders. It's lighter. It has options for solid carriage. It has what was I going for? Oh, the dual 40 or 30 fans or whatever. I think the wire I'm wanting is in the other garage. So let me go grab it real quick. Give me just a moment. We haven't had a dancing max in a while, so here we go. Okay. Thin FEP is not available. I just don't have any. I don't have any thin gauge FEP or PTFE. It's very stiff and they tend to break at the wire solder joint interface. So I have this little Amazon container of, this is, it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure this is 28 gauge. Hey, Brent. Okay. Hey, I get to play with a new toy. I get to play with a new toy. There we go. New toy. I was not prepared to bring out the new toy today. I didn't realize I was going to need it until about 3 seconds ago. So I completely forget the name of the person who sent this to me. But I am appreciative, and as soon as I remember or look it up, I will do that. Okay, so we only have to go in. So we're just going to grab this and solder to the ends. Swap tip out on my soldering iron. Excited to see this all input on my Trident. Nice. I am my nephew got me one for Christmas. Awesome. I have not used this much. Actually, this is the first time I've used it. So, love it. Used it this morning to solder a defective mouse, left mouse switch. Awesome. So we will go, what color do I want to go? What color do I want for signal? Go a little black, a little red, And I guess I'll go yellow. I think I've been going yellow for this stuff. And then how long? There is a guide here on LED harness. Let's open this in new tab. Oh, come on, please. Open a new tab. Why isn't there an open a new tab thing there? Fine. There's some guidance for wire lengths here. So we want whatever. Oh, I guess it doesn't really. That doesn't really help because these are, it splices in at spaces. So I don't really know what lengths it should be. So let's just go back. Anyway, that doesn't matter. How long are we gonna want? If this is here and Toolhead goes up on here and Orbiter goes up on top of that, we just need wires to come down through here and around to the front. So let's just mock up a single wire to do that. Did I say hi, BBs? Hi, BBs. So if we go here, something around there, and up here to somewhere up here, that's probably enough wire wherever we're going to end up. So let's do about maybe a little less right there. Updating servers. Ooh. So I'm going to just take a guess. That's how much wire we need. I'll put this away. So we are on a little 10-week stretch of no events. At least not for me. 10 weeks of no events. How close to set up can I get everything? How close to caught up can I get? That's the question. I just need to build a printer to put it on. Talked to the Diamondback folks at Rapid. It was good to see them. Although I don't have and haven't any variation of Diamondback nozzle, which is so expensive. There we go. Do they plan high flow rapido? Who? Okay, let's put that away. Get some drink. So let's do this and this. Revo nozzles aren't exactly cheap either. This is true. But there's like a double the cost for a Diamondback. I kind of fell in love with them when I got a regular E3D nozzle back when they first came out. You know, I would be much more inclined to buy a V6 version of it. My chair. I would be much more inclined to buy a V6 version of it if I had more printers that were using that. And then at that point, I probably, and I don't think it's possible to do, but I'd prefer a high flow version if I'm going to do that. So I'm just afraid of the damaging a Revo. Okay, so little bits of Soldering must be done sitting down. Well, it's just more comfortable. The height of my workbench here, I don't think is ideal. I need to play with it, but I kind of want to get a little further in my garage setup before I worry about that. So. I know I have the OmniFix though here, exactly for what I'm doing here, but this is still. I couldn't solder standing up. That's just me. I don't know that I have any more zoom. Oh, I do have some more zoom. And it's the solder standing just fine. The top for my my flexi spot desk got here, but I'm waiting for the base. Oh, that's gone in the other garage anyway. So what do we have here? We have ground on that side. Data. And 5 volts. So now, since we're going to do this, this guy, I think, should slide right up in here, right? There. And we will bend these over flat. And then hopefully this will still go up in there. Just a little tighter. All of those should come down around here. Switching to UHF means printing new XOL body and resoldering LEDs. I won't be switching to the UHF. I'll just be using this. Like I said, there will be, or very likely going to be, a change in Hotend on this printer at some point. So that on, and then we are using M2.5 by 16. M2.5 by 16. They'll need 3 wires, VCC, ground, and data, yeah. Not tube, but you're not far off. version with heat set inserts. I don't think this is one. I do not have a handy supply of N2.5 screws right here. However, I'm pretty sure I know where they are. So I don't like to do this, but I need to be right back again. Okay, at least I knew where they were. How come those outer fruit sequins only have 2? Oh, because those aren't controlled. They're just LEDs, nerd. They're not like, I mean, they're just single color LEDs. The ones I was looking at before. They are not RGBW or RGB even. Okay. I am glad I just happen to have this little container of 2.5mm screws. And I need 4 16 by 16. I think button heads will be fine. I hope so. I have 90-ish neopixels left. Got 100 for like $11. Yeah. So now this is going to go here, and our front is going to go on here. Just like that. Oh, there's a little, is that a wire channel? No, I don't think so. It just goes in there, just like that. This will go in here. Does not thread in very much. I did not print a, yeah, that just threads into plastic. No change in hotend is required for UHF, just adding UHF adapter and silicone sock. That's okay. This won't get anything but the high flow version that I have here. Now this is threading into plastic, so I kind of want to be careful not to over tighten it. And I'm not thrilled that these are button heads, and I'm not thrilled that they're stainless steel, because every other screw on here is black, but this is what I have right now, so this will be easy to switch later. I think the opening for the heads in here are just barely working, so I think I'm getting away with it, but socket head would be better. I love this little LDO screwdriver they've been including in things. It's cute. There we go. Hey, Jeff. Okay. Put the screws into the feet now. Your hotend may be in the way later. M3x8 socket heads. Okay. So, bye-bye. There it is. I don't. Okay, I guess I'll do that. I guess what I'll do here, just so I'm not constantly losing them, I'm going to throw a couple of hex nuts on the back here. Hey, Fixture Jake. Or did they put the angle towards the front, limiting the fan to 20mm? I don't know. I don't know. There's our fan. Our wire's coming out this side. Install your hot end to the mount. Don't forget the PTFE tube. So here's the Rapido. So let's look at this. There is a set screw, and we need to change the orientation on the one I have here. So this set screw, and we want the wires to come out over here. So this is set up for a stealth burner. So let's tweak this. So I don't know all the things. It's been a while. I think I can move these screws. I mean, try as well for I got all the ball parts. I'll get to it eventually. I think I probably need to order a selection of various styles of M2.5s. Okay, so those three, and then this set screw probably just needs to be loosened, and then I can rotate this now. Yep. So if that set screw is right there, according to the picture, looks like this is coming out right around there. Whatever, yep, that lines up right with those, that hole there, so it looks like it's at that point. So the next one is there, so that's got to be the spot right there. Not tightening these down until they're all in. This just touching, and then tighten the grub screw, and then snug these. Not any ugga-duggas, just snug. Ooh, you know what we should do? We should throw that CHT nozzle I got on here. We can do that later. Okay, what size? Is there an indication on what length of PTFE I need? So don't forget the PTFE tube. Is that listed anywhere? PTFE length. Hey, check it out. There's a document for PTFE length. You're staying cool in Sacramento. I had to get out of my garage because it isn't insulated. Luckily, I have a mini split AC in here now, so it's blowing right on me right now. It is 108 outside. It's, what is it in here right now? It's 108 outside. It is, it says 80, but that's at the sensor over here on the side of the garage. This is blowing right on me. It feels a lot better than 80 in here. Okay. Oh, that's not actually what I wanted. I want a 20 here. Sorry, I should have gone back here. So PTFE length for the Revo or Rapido is going to be 43 millimeters. This is not 43 millimeters. I'm in Sacramento too. Enjoyed my air conditioner in the house watching YouTube. Yeah. What part of Sacramento, Eric? Generally. And have I met you before? I don't recognize names. Okay, 43 millimeters. You been here for a good while? This is 32 millimeters. There's my PTFE. Let me find a piece of PTFE to cut for this. Rancho? Oh, okay. Never met me. Okay. One day. I am going to steal, because I think all my PTFE is in the other garage too. But I want to swap out the stuff on this Prusa. So I am going to steal the brand new 2mm PTFE that came with it. And we'll use that. We'll cut a piece off of that. I want to swap that out to a 3mm ID tube anyway. So, got a nice piece of good tubing here. Right behind me, keeping me warm. Middle of winter here in Australia. I could do with that. My little tool for this. Here we are. Let's use this one. So let's go here. Actually, yeah, here. And we want 43mm, right? Yeah, 43mm. Okay, 43.01. There, 43. Drop it for good measure. And let's use my chamfer tool to give a nice entrance on it. That off. Now, imagine I'm gonna have to fix this up. Let's see. Print me one of these. So there, I have this, a version of this. This is the older version. I have one that's got a little platform and a little easier to cut straight down and hold, so it's a little safer. I'm pretty sure this is out on my GitHub. And this is based off of CAD. We may have to adjust this. Which routing? I think the Hotend wires go up. Oh, through this back and straight up, it looks like. Okay. So maybe I think I'll have to, will that go through there? That won't quite make it through there. So I need to depin this anyway. This is a, let's use the magic depinning tool. I may have to extend these wires too, depending on what, is that the one? Let's forget exactly which one is used for the, which side. Yeah, this is, it's this one here with the smaller end. I still need to print the little cool little holder for that, but such magic. Such magic. I know, I do need the case. Look at that. This is just... There is a link in the description. I mean, I might as well plug it, right? My Amazon store has a link to this. It is an affiliate link. But that is so nice. Magic depen tool. Link in the description to my Amazon store. And that will get you to it. You are welcome to go there and disable the affiliate link as you like. Whatever, but it's there. Such a nice tool. And yes, I do need to print the case for it. Okay, so with all of those off, this now, so this is gonna go to match up that. That's going that way, and that's what's gonna guide this right up through here. So this all goes right up through here. Of course, all those wires being separate now makes this a little more difficult, but not too bad. There you are. Hey, Brian. You know, I was just thinking, I'd seen you relatively recently, but I was wondering how you were doing. Gonna see you at IRF, I'm sure. I hope. It's a Rapido 1. So it is a Rapido 1. So. Hey, Kyle. Where are we going to see at IRF this year? 3D Printopia. We're going to see it 3D Printopia. I just signed up to be a volunteer. I did that last year. There will not be a Voron booth. I think it'll just be me and Taylor that I know of. I'll be there with Hyperdrive Design. I am planning on trying to do some content at 3D Printopia. A little bit. I'll be a work trip during IRF. I'm sorry, that's a bummer. Oh. It's nice and clean. And then this will come around here and then up here. You need any Vorons for your booth? We won't have a booth. So Voron will not have a booth. Said it'll be just me and Taylor there from the team to, it's like last year was the same thing. There. So I'm probably going to 3D Printopia. Awesome. Tukes, make it to the States. What part of the world are you in? Are you going to be at Smurf by chance? Okay, that won't go through there now. So let's depin that. We're going to have to depin it anyway. From the same company, they do make a little JST depinning tool. It's not as impressive as the other one, but it does work. Sometimes it doesn't work as quickly as that. You gonna go to Smurf? Awesome. More autographs on my upcoming build. Sad, what? Australia. I believe that you pronounced my Tukes. Unbelievable. Did I pronounce it that way? Awesome. Okay, so we will try to get these a little cleaner coming behind this fan that's going to go in place here, but that's the general idea, I think, is that those go right there. friends mess it up in real life. Nice. Well, not nice that they mess it up, but nice that I got it. Oh, Earth, no Voron booth. It's just not, just the timing and stuff. The one time we had a booth there, it was fairly low representation compared to Murph, or not the event, but from the Voron team. Fairly low representation compared to Murph and Rocky Mountain. So Rocky Mountain's pretty much the event because many of us can get there. And then Smurf will have a booth as well. JST Depinner actually might be in my future as well. Is that in your store as well? It might. It is the same brand though. So if you search by the brand name, you'll find that JST tool, Brian. Take part in the build bay. 3D print, but I didn't learn about it until Rocky Mountain. Okay. Oh, I was showing stuff and I wasn't even on the right camera. Sorry about that. Install your Hotend. Don't forget the PTFE tube. Making sure that. And then I think we slide the fans in. And we have some little printed parts to put in. So M2.5 by 8. About to move over to holding out for Nighthawk Beacon as of right now. 4. There we go. So we have fans. Let's get these all opened up on the wires. We got 6:03. We got a little under an hour until we're going to give away a roll of Polymaker filament. So be sure to enter. I am going to do a rare plug. If you happen to not be subscribed, my subscriber line is flatlined, which is fine. Everybody's here that I really enjoy being here, but trying to get new people in. So keeping that going. Hey, Obi-Wan. I should be at 3D Printopia. I need to talk to Nick, Lauren, Chris about volunteering again. Nice. There's a little form on their website again. Enjoyed Smurf last year. Pretty good for a first run of the event. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing another part of England. Sent a link on Team Chat for a nice part cooling fan JST splitter mod you might want to check. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, okay. That is probably not a bad idea. So what are these all going? Oh, one of these goes across because they both go to this side apparently. Okay. So let's throw, I guess let's throw this one in first. I guess this probably goes around the back like this then. Make sure that that stays down. That to pretty much be. Enjoy seeing more people at OpenBuilds. I've been very happy with mine for a long time. Nice. Trying to keep those down in that little recess. I think this is going to have to bend around like that. Let's get it. I'm going to keep it lower. So lower, and put those in there, and then slide this in on top here. Mark Henderson, thanks for becoming a member. There we go. And that's sitting in there nice and flat without even being screwed in, which means it's not being pushed by any wires. Oh, and look at that. There's a little spot in the side of the faceplate. Looks like, especially to give clearance for those wires. That's good. I like it. PIRA blew up the middle of Manchester in '96, so it's fairly modern now. Hey, Aaron. How are you? I'm going to see you at 3D Printopia again. Yeah, that's a good detail. It'll cut out for the wire there. Good job. 2.5 by 8. 2.5 by 6 by 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not sure yet. And I've got some little, they call them savers, little 2.5 savers, I guess. I don't know. M2.5 saver. Those go in there. Printed those. Now these are from like first things I printed for this, so I hope, I'm kind of assuming they haven't revised them. So yeah, that just goes right in there. And add a little tiny bit of accent color. Eric, thanks for becoming a member. There seems to be a very slightly sharper corner on one side of these little savers, and I think that goes inside towards the fan. At least it seems to fit better that way on here. And Aaron, thanks for becoming a member. What's the difference between this tool head and a dragon burner? I have not built a dragon burner, so I don't know all of the differences. Just different design. Heard of the stream, those little savers not disappearing into the carpet. Well, I don't have carpet here. And these are nice. This is hot jade pink. So it would stand out pretty well. Just pushing those over so they stay lined up. That is kind of ugly, that little overhead there, overhang. But that's okay. You won't see it. And then this is going to go through this little channel. This wire is going to go through this channel here. I'm hoping. Oh, it does. Wow, that fits perfect. Leave a little bit, not tight. That fits in there perfect. And then I think we'll flip this right around and pull it up through there. Cooling as good as the 4010 blowers you put on it. Are these 4010? Yeah, 4010. DB was designed for the V0. Then this one goes on this side, and I think, where does it actually say that? I think that just goes straight over to. Yeah, it doesn't have room to tuck in behind there, so I think that just goes straight over and up. Interesting to see the mount on the rail in more detail when you get there. Yeah. That's kind of a tight, those screws there are going to be interesting to get to. Definite ball driver required. Hey, Jovi. Okay. Let me Move on. It's the same way. Kind of just works to hold that in place. Hardware on ZOL is more annoying to build than the Dragon Burner with the weird sizes of screws and fans. ZOL seems a bit more rigid, kind of built like a tank. I do like how compact Dragon Burner is though. Like I said, once we get back to the solid fork build, I'll have experience with both, and we'll be able to at least say what I think from a assembly point of view. What was that? Oh, apparently I played around with it enough that nut there unthreaded. And I lost the screw. That's okay. This wire should go out the back. Oh. Yep. Yep. You know, I was looking. Yeah, that's my bad. My bad. Oops. I'm getting fan orientation warnings. There's a good reason. The fan orientation was wrong. Makes sense. Well, that's interesting that screws in that way. Fits right in. That's why. That makes more sense. Just go something like that. Over, there we go. And get to the same. Did anybody watch Joel's stream today with Felicia Day? I was thoroughly entertained. But I like her. I watch the Guild and Dr. Horrible sing-along blog and all that. There we go. Put that back on there. I thought that was a good time. Okay, side fans in. Screws are going to plastic, not over Trident. Just caught a bit of it. It was so chaotic. It was great. I love the few phases where you could tell that Joel was like, And there was one where he just said, yup. Okay, time to move on to the extruder mount. So let's look at this thing. It looks like we have two heat sets. If we're just looking at this, trying to evaluate, because it says you're on your own for anything not a Sherpa. So on my own, it looks like heat sets there and clean up some. Uh-oh. Where? Joel let it go thoroughly off the rails. It was awesome. I mean, he obviously had fun, but it was definitely not as in control of that flow as he might be on others. Use a big file here instead. Just wanted to clean up that surface, and I think I put my little small file in the other garage. It's purple main color and pink accent. I didn't really pay attention to accent or main. I kind of looked at the printer and thought, hey, I need these colors in this area. Technically on the printer, teal is the main color, and purple and pink are accents depending on which part. Just literally wandering around in the overbearing heat. Okay, so let's put 2 heat sets in here. It's right there. Is he pushing a lawnmower while baking in the sun? Heat it up. There. This right here. Okay. Hypothetic Puma. Welcome. Anything else on here I need to look for? I don't think so. Do we have, oh, we have little zip tie spots for wires. So I think we're gonna pull all of these over here and put a finger there. Pull these over here. This is gonna go through there. This is gonna go back. What does that? I think that's exactly where it needs to go. Hey, Scott. Right in there. So is there a heat set or anything, or is that just thread into plastic right there? Let's find out. All right, let's pull out the orbiter and its toolboard and see how that's all gonna go. M3 nut. Oh, that's the M3 nut that's inside there. I hope it's still there. Yeah, it looks like it is. I should have glued that. Should have put a little glue. 112 here today with 81% humidity. Ooh. Finally finished updating OpenSH and all my servers. Good night, James. Good job. Little pamphlet. LDO's getting fancy. Clipper configuration. Marlin Clipper firmware configuration. Let's see. I do not like the documentation on this. I knew I didn't. They don't do rotation distance properly. So we will see what we can do about that. Okay, little orbiter, already pre-shortened stepper wire at least. And looks like an extension cable, which is kind of nice. So that CV actually exploited, or is that a precaution? Oh, you're talking about the server updates. What does it say our humidity is here? I don't think it's probably 50. Let's see. Come on, load up. Where's humidity? Air quality, UV, wind, feels like, visibility. Where's oh, 12. It says it's 12% humidity here. that can go out of the way. Done with that. Since it's 12% humidity. Let's get rid of that. And then we have a tool headboard here with its little companion board for underneath. And this cool looking board. It's going to go on here like that. Now I don't have, does anybody have a good strain relief setup for this? What am I going to do for strain relief? Because I don't have something now. So that and that. We have standoffs. Did it come with standoffs? It did come with standoffs. Hey, Troy. Oh, that's not the right size. Do a gentle tighten there. Time for another Fusion 360 stream. The problem with that is that gives I need to do some thought. Give it some thought. So that's going there. And we have some screws and washers. Orbiter 2, yeah. This is an Orbiter 2. Hey, Armor 3D. Well, what is up with that? Am I missing something? What am I missing? Is there supposed to be a 3D printed part in here to space that off? Because there's not enough room there on these standoffs that it included. Let's see what else is in here. There are no other standoffs. There's a mount. Okay, so let's look. Let's go to, let's recycle this page. LDO motion. Let's try this. Down for a week. Fabrico sells a cable. Standoffs. I'm guessing there's, like someone said, there's probably a mount. So let's go to extruder and you go to extruder and it's an orbiter picture and there isn't an orbiter in the list. Pathetic Puma, thanks for the gifted memberships. Pre-ordered the Pancake Nighthawk today for my Zoll going to Salad Fork. Nice. I have one of those. I have a Nighthawk 36 here. Jason gave me one at Rapid. So I'm going, so yeah, that's hilarious. Let's go to guides. We're not done. If this isn't here, we got one more place to look. So let's go to Robert's GitHub, and that's probably where it is. Orbiter, extruder, GitHub, or whatever. Might be under controller for the Nighthawk. I'm gonna go not stealth orbiter, not there. We want, maybe it's not there. Here, orbiter ver 2.0 extruder. There we go, orbiter projects. That's what we want. Maybe under controller, Google Kaios Maker, CAN board mounts. I've seen some of those and that's fine. I want to see what the official solutions look like because right now things don't add up. So there's got to be a part. There's got to be a printed part involved here. Firmware downloads, print gallery, adapters and mounts. Oh boy. Right rig, this isn't what I'm looking for. Let's go up here. Is there a projects? And we want over to do they not have the stuff out here yet? Or 2 in the box and a Galileo 2 kit in the box. Decisions. Let's go here again. Is this where we just were? Universal. Where's the orbit tool? It might be. Let's try again. Let's go to the docs.LDO Motors site. Orbiter extruder. Is this, no, that goes to orbiter projects. Let's go orbiter. What is apogee? What is apogee? Is that this? No, that's something else. Toolboard? Nope, that's Nighthawk stuff. LDO Orbiter Extruder Reseller. It just takes us to Orbiter Projects. This is not okay. The difficulty in finding the documentation for this is not okay. What am I missing? I mean, I'm on Orbiter Projects. Where's the Orbitool stuff? There's nothing. What am I missing? Orbitool. Orbitool. Orbiter. Let's try that. That's Fabrico. It's West 3D. Fill Extruder. Orbitool. User manual. And this is the SO3, which isn't what we have. This is slightly different, I think. Check the Discord. But as coming into this and looking for the documentation, this is not a good experience here. This is actually the SO2, I think is what they call it. Can we get anything? Yeah. I'm looking in the stream chat. Posted in their GitHub. Copy link. I mean, okay, sure. Start this off with, should a toolboard magic smoke come out because of user error? Okay, we're the SO2. So here, let me paste this into chat here. Discord is not documentation. No, this is a fail on finding the documentation here. A D. We found it with help. So let's give it a D. Okay, documentation. Let's look here. And let's look at block. Let's look at the user manual. Went to a reseller and they had a GitHub link. Thanks, Nero. Appreciate it. I'm still not thrilled with the documentation scenario, situation though. Well, that's fine. We will keep going. So what do we have here? We've got Orbitool. We've got all this. And now if we're going through and we're talking about, so this is good pinout info. And features, power supply, USB communication, wiring. That all looks good. Let's mount them. Okay, more pages. Driver for the Hotend heater. Robert does some weird stuff. If you get a chance, go through and read this. I don't know. I'm curious how valid are concerns. There's a lot of A lot of words here, but a lot of talking about like limiting max power to 0.995. I'd like to understand more about why. Although it does say a lot of stuff here, I'd like to understand if it is actually a concern or not. It's just interesting. Let's keep going. We're looking for installing this thing. I want to see we've just got standoffs. They had to get, oh yeah. There's nothing here but a standoff. If we go back here and look for, let's see, strain releaser. Let's try this. What does this look like? How does that go? At 0.005, not 0.5, 0.005. There's a valid reason. There's thought put into it. What I'm curious about is it worth it? So this is their strain releaser. You got the sensor housing on. I don't have a sensor. I don't have a sensor. I didn't get a sensor. Yeah, no sensor. This wouldn't go here anyway. This has no clearance here. If that's, unless this goes the other way. I'm not sure how that goes. Strain releaser frame. Oh, that's on the frame side. Okay. Would printing too fast when doing flow calibration cause it to be a higher number than normal? I keep getting, yeah. Printing too fast, if your extruder starts skipping steps or sliding on the filament, then it's going to skew your numbers one way or another. This is not, I don't see how this part works. I think that probably goes around the back side of the, I think that probably goes, this goes here, and then that goes here and sticks up for the wires to go through on this side of it. But this, there's a problem here. There is a, these standoffs aren't long enough. There's no, I don't know how this is supposed to go. I don't know how this is supposed to go. On the CAD, the sensor housing looks like it's pushing the board a good 3.6 millimeters further back. I think they had a pretty decent picture of that. I mean, there's supposed to be another printed part, but where? Where do you get it? Orbiter projects. This is a different page. This is a different page than what we were looking at before. Let's see. How do I actually get any projects? Is there a, oh no, this is the same thing. Smart sensor for Orbiter V2. Let's look at that. Oh boy, keep moving, go around. Yeah, that's just a standoff. That doesn't, oh, it might space it out here, you're saying? Yeah, I see that. I see that. Space it out there. Longer screws here, sensor goes in, but what if you don't get the filament out sensor? Which I don't want. That looks like it adds 15 or more millimeters of height to this. I don't want it. This is going in a Trident. I need all the toolhead clearance I can get. Standoffs are fine with sensor. If you have the sensor. I don't have the sensor. So if you don't have the sensor, you can't mount this. I did not buy, I mean, these came in separate packages. What I think but the standoffs came with the board. So I think the board should have included 2 lengths of standoffs then. I think the board should have included 2 lengths of standoffs. Okay. Documentation is definitely lacking. Can't find the mount anywhere. Just put a hex nut on top of a standoff. Could. What I think I'm going to need to do though, because I want some sort of strain relief on the on here, some attachment point. Let's look at that cable, see what it looks like. If it's the stupidly large overmold or not. What do we have for wiring? Yeah, it's a large overmold, which is kind of annoying. I'm curious how this is all gonna line up inside the printer. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, just leave that out. Put it in there. But I think I'm gonna need to design a little spacer here. It'll probably go space this out a few millimeters and then go just up with something to just zip tie the this cable to at the top. Had an issue with Toolhead board on his Dragon Burner build. I don't know that this stepper is thicker than normal. Let's see. It says it is a 20 millimeter. It's a 20 millimeter. So which it measures out at just under 20. This is the Orbital toolboard. There's another strain releaser part in the repo. It's for the frame side, Jeremy. It's for the frame side. So what I think should happen is we extend that out about 5 millimeters. That'll give me and then make sure I have clearance for all these components. Look how dense that board is. You planning to do more work on the VZBot? Did you ever install water cooling? I am planning on doing more work. I'm a little frustrated with the VZBot because I got a bum display and Mello hasn't made right on that yet. They've tried. They sent me a broken one, but it was a totally different size screen. But it took like 9 months or more to get to that point. So I haven't put any real effort into the VZBot because it's not whole. So anyway, we will kind of work our way through some of this. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna put a printed spacer in there. It'll space it off just enough, and put some strain relief up. It's possible we might do either I'll record it or we'll do a little stream of that design. I've got some ideas on how it should go anyway, at least a simple version of it. So let's keep going on this. Let's go back to the XOL documentation because we can make progress. I need to tweak some things, but we can continue to make progress on this. Let's see how this goes together. So on this, for the Sherpa, it looks like they have some heat sets on the back. These are not spots for heat sets on here. I don't know if that's for nuts to go in there. That's an awfully large gap in the thing for a nut to go in there. This goes on here. Is that a DuPont connector for the stepper? No, that's a DuPont connector for something. Stepper connector, I think, is right there. Not nuts, bolts. Not nuts, bolts. That goes on there. Now combine hot end. Oh, you put those in. Oh, I see. I see. Got it. That makes sense. We'll get there. We'll get there. That makes sense. Thank you. And this is kind of showing it right here. It's the same thing, just on that. This is for the tap install. With tap, those two screws go from the front. Yep. There's an EBB 36 mount for Orbiter 2 on the XOL GitHub, but I'm using the... It might be similar though. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. STLs. It might be usable. EBB mounts. EBB 36 with strain relief. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, where can that go on the back here? Can that go anywhere? I don't really know where this goes. Unless it's into their solid carriage. Is there a spot on the back of the solid carriage? I do too, Prince Frank. I do too. Maybe something with PG7. I don't like PG7 things, by the way. I don't like dealing with them. And they add a lot of height in this type thing. So, talking about the cable gland stuff. Is that on their solid carriage, on the actual, on the, let's go here, the XOL carriage. We look at, let's just look at this. Is there, if we examine this, does that mount to one of these or something to kind of stiffen that up? Yeah. We may switch to this at some point, but for right now, we're going to go with the tap. It's different from an Orbital. Yeah. So that's okay. It shouldn't be a difficult design. I may try to do some content on it. Won't be doing that today. So let's go back to the toolhead assembly. And that has, what size is that screw on the front? I just need the screw size. M3 by 6. So 3 by 6. Let's see how this is going to work. I can just put this on here. Move all these out to the back. And we're done being frustrated with documentation. Let's keep going on the build. So I'm hoping when I try to put this in here, it doesn't just immediately push that nut out the other side. And I think it did. Is it still there? Is it still there or did it fall out long ago? Let's try a longer M3 because I don't think an M3 by 6 worked for this one. Let's try it by 8. .7 millimeters additional width of older orbiter sensor, which is measured, could be enough for standoffs. It could be. I very much suspect it is. Okay, not M3x6. Maybe M3x6 if it just pulled the nut in there, but an M3x8 I think is fine. Download that GitHub file and open the CAD. I'm pretty sure there's strain relief you want. Which file? Yeah, Mag the Frag, I think you're right. I think it's okay now. But and that Rapido insulation there really makes that a, I mean, it's not too tight, but it does fill up that space. I mean, it still moves, so it's not that bad. I feel like you're doing taxes, use part A unless you have B, so then print part C. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have those two. Interesting. Oops, shoot. I'm pulling this wire out of here. Let's leave that. Photo my DB with PG7 gland that doesn't add the height. Okay. Oh, I see that. It's off to the side. This is looking good though. Throw that back there, throw that back there. And what did I want to do? The Robert one. So are we looking at telling out my PG7 as well? Devin, download that GitHub file and open the CAD. Is this what I want right here? Is this file here built by Devon? Start up Fusion. $11 minutes till filament giveaway time. We're not quite to 100 likes yet. Get to 100 likes. We're at almost 200 people. I don't know what that's going to open to. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Fusion there. Over to SO3 folder and it's a Fusion file. Well, where the O2 though? Let's just try this. Let's see what this looks like. Raw. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, that'll work. Save as. Build projects. Gray. Save. Done. I have a orbiter. Let's create a new folder. Load that. 115. Awesome. That's not what I want. Steve build projects. Plane takes off in 15 minutes, just at the giveaway time. Well, you got a few minutes. They won't take off on time. Will they take off on time? Ooh, all the files. USB cable, mock-up, toolboard. Something to delay departure. Need a bed, weight in the heater, the panels, and everything. I'm trying it together and feeling like I'm making good headway, only to realize all the pieces I need to buy, and there's quite a bit to go. Maybe the other file in the SO3 is what has it, because this doesn't. but this will be handy. This will be handy to have when we model up a strain relief. We got oh, maybe it's here. There's a tool board. Poly dryer back in stock. Nice. Nope, it doesn't have one either. But this is the model we'll use to get that. The other one does. Let's close this. Said the SO3, orbital tool boards, SO3, 3D and CAD. Let's look at what this looks like. Ah, that's probably closer to what we're looking for anyway, huh? Ew, it's so thin. And come on, guys, let's orient this for printing. It's so thin. Well, we can try this. Boarded, just completed, internet's gonna get cut as soon as we move. Yeah, 7 more minutes. Sorry, Mustafa. What we got? A retaining ring. Strain relief frame. Strain release. Oh, that's the frame side. Hey, John. Wire restrain. And then wire lock. Oh, that's what locks it on. I see. I'd rather use zip ties, honestly. I'd rather use zip ties. Okay, that's enough of that. That gives me ideas anyway. It gives me something to base it off of. I'll print that anyway and see what it looks like. Yeah, I'll print that and check it out. But let's at least get far enough where we're putting this on the printer. We can get it on the printer, get a few more things going. I mean, these streams are, this is what these streams are intended to go. I mean, not ideally, but it's working on projects, making progress. Ooh, oh, well, this camera's way back here. I'm not gonna make you guys. Let's do that. I moved it when I had to get the box out. So let's go here, and then let's put this back on here. Let's get matches the picture posted by Nono on the Discord. Oop, not there. There. Okay, so we have our tap we need to finish putting on, which means putting our this goes right like this. I think we'll just put this on now, right? Tight. Lose any balls? Nope. Troy, thanks for being a member. How does your garage look cleaner than mine? See white line Subaru parts on the ground? Yes! The white line, those are the rear struts, and those are actually from when I had a BRZ. I had those on the BRZ. I took them off before I sold it. And never put them, they'll fit on the STI. Never put them on the STI. The STI is gone. So I have parts I need to sell. And that's one of them. Mm-hmm. White lines running through my mind all the time. What you currently driving? My 2001 Nissan Frontier. Okay, this guy is going to go on there. These are little by 4s, right? Yeah, I think so. And 3x4 button heads. You at? That's not good. See you, Brian. Is it treating you? My Nissan Frontier? It's old and squeaky and everything. This is actually not working. So I'm running into a problem where the belt retaining clips, are they supposed to be there? Is getting in the way. Let's look. Vitali CNC Tap plastic magnet holders had the Z offset wrong. Oops. Oh, hey, I got it. Before it fell off the edge. Let's pull this off. Oops, I thought didn't I take that off? Or did I just loosen? Oh, shoot. I just loosened the wrong part. I wanted to... Yeah. So what is going on? This needs to go back in here. This... Is that belt clamp even needed? Because it actually interferes. This won't tighten down with that belt clamp in place. This is in the way of this right here. Yes, very much so, John. Is this tightened? Oh, those weren't tightened. I never actually tightened those, so let's tighten those. See if that makes just enough difference. Make sure they are aligned. They are. It is giveaway time. Thank you for the reminder. See if that'll work. Let me check if this will work real quick. See you, John. Screw a couple of these. Get the grinder out. Well, I mean, I can just file the printed part that's in the way. Is this a normal thing for that to be in the way? Yeah, that doesn't move. So it is locked up with those belt tension pieces in there. Was it button head screws to go and not the flat heads? Never really checked that side clearance, and I need to know. Although the screw isn't in the way, it's the little long little belt retainer pieces there. Anyway, could be a quirk of the 9mm version. We'll look at the docs. This is not, in general, it's not. I think those, yeah, in general, this is not how it should, a good thing. It's even looks like it's touching aluminum up here at the top. Polymaker filament giveaway. Links in the pin post in the description. Get your entries in now. See you, Mustafa. Like the belt clamps are too long and might have been an oversight for 9. Well, that's kind of oversight isn't okay. I shouldn't be discovering the oversight here. I shouldn't be the one discovering the oversight. Okay. Filament giveaway. Yeah, it's very rigid. Use 6mm clamps. My extras that are laying around in the drawer. I'm gonna look at the site. It's not a screw thing. It's not a screw thing. It's the clamp itself that's in the way. So I will close the entries when we haven't had a new entry in 3 seconds. There we are. It's extra clamps. It's okay, but I think Vitali has a 9mm. Oh, are they not available to purchase? That changes everything. If they're not actually released, then we'll have to check. But that is that absolutely changes my opinion on that. If I'm discovering an issue that I can report, then that's fine. But okay. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I gotta have at least one start over on this count. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Half. You trying there, Scott? Do you qualify anyway? We haven't had one this whole time chatting, so it's done. We are done. Turn. Oh, right before I hit the turn off, accepting responses. 3, 2, 1. This with the Apollo 13 launch? Yeah, it's exactly like this. I was just wanting, yeah, I didn't think you could win. Okay, we're done. Link it out. Create. Oh, cheesy potato. We saw you got the first one. Who got in the last one? James. We are going to, what do we have here? We have 100 and we have oh, come on. 133 likes. So we need a number between 1 and 33. Number between 1 and 33. Well, 1 and 34 now. Okay, I won't win. Y'all have better chance. I did see someone keeps putting, I don't remember who it was exactly, but I mean, let's go ahead and do orange. O-R-A-N-G-E. You try every time, and I haven't gone for it for many streams now, and I notice it though. So let's shuffle. Who do we got? Thoughts on Tridex versus Rat Rig IDEX? I don't know enough about Rat Rig IDEX. Who do we got? Am says, are you here? You have 2 minutes to say something. Bob. Is Bob from California here? Hey, Bob. I met Bob at that. You're the one that asked the question. I just don't know. I've looked at the Rat Rig at Rocky Mountain, but I don't know enough about it to really compare. So I've said before that I've talked to the Rat Rig folks. There's a chance I might get to build one here on stream If I do, then I'll have at least something to say about it. Am says I'm here. Am says I'm here. Congrats. Congratulations. If you're in the US or Canada, you get a coupon to the US or Canada Polymaker stores. If you're outside, then you get a pick a roll of filament. Paste that. Make sure we are good. Awesome. Congrats. Let's unpin. And there we go. So also see a rapid. Yeah, you and your son, right? And save. Ah. Did you have fun at the Polymaker booth? Was it busy? It looked pretty busy. You had a lot of people. You got to distribute people quite a bit. There was a lot of folks there working the booth. Okay, let's see what is going on. Let's search for Vitali. Oops. There we go. Let's see what's going on with this. See if there's any information. Vitali 3D, metal tap. Where to buy the bomb support. Why isn't it right regular? IDEX not impressive. I built one for a friend, very sturdy. IDEX was a bear to make work and not break parts. Really? A VCore 4, Bill? I didn't know you built one of those. See you, Darkions? Built the original one, not the new one. Yeah, new one's different. New one's quite different. Assembly, how to assembly instructions. Now I know this might not have 9mm. I wanted to see. Oh, well, it's a video. Yeah, this doesn't have anything on the 9mm, I don't think. So let's go back. Same channel, but different email. One is a channel member, one is not. Good news is bonus like since I was logged in. There we go. Nice. Yeah, something is going on. I don't suppose Vitali's around, huh? I wonder if he's around. Let me see if I got him in Discord. Oh, it's green. Okay, I just shot him a question. Let's see if he responds. Let's see if I had imported this into CAD. Projects, Vitali Tap. Did I import the 9mm? No, looks like the 6. Is there a 9mm CAD out there? CAD. Aluminum parts, metal tap assembly. That's just the regular assembly. Nick thought it was going to be like last year in Chicago. LA was way less people in attendance. It was weird because they really pushed you could basically get a ticket for free from many different places. Yeah, there isn't anything out here specific to the 9mm. So what's happening is there's two spots. This spot here is rubbing on the top of this little belt retaining piece, and the printed part here is rubbing on the bottom. So this is quite a thick piece. I don't know how it compares to the 9 or the 6mm version. but ask your file to help you out. I don't know what's going on. Oh, come on. Focus there. So when this goes on, I don't see how this would work for anyone. Honestly, maybe we don't need these. I don't think we actually need these, to be honest. Because this loops around and then interlocks with the teeth over here. That's not coming out. You have to use them on this regular CNC. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it's going to. I don't think they're needed. I'm going to take them off. I'll get confirmation from Vitali. But I don't think it's needed. It's interlocking with the teeth, and when I put this on, I had the tap loose from the carriage so I could get the belts to slip past each other. It's not coming out with the carriage bolted to the MGN12 here, to the tap bolted to the carriage. I mean, so we're gonna move on. I'm gonna just call it and say that's not needed. I give up. Have a good evening. Fatigue or frustration? Vitali's about to come in. Everybody, as soon as he comes in, say hi, Vitali. Actually, start saying it now. Welcome, Vitali. It might help with installation, then get removed. Could be. Welcome. There we go. I think we've solved it here. I know you just came in. I think we've solved it. I'm just not putting these on because the printed part on the back of the magnet is rubbing on it, and the CNC part, the top here, is rubbing on it. Have you seen that before? Are you aware of that being an issue or not? Or do you need more explanation on the problem? The Vitali's tap uses a full MGN9, so a little more potential stability there. That said, I've had good luck with the Chaotic Labs ones. I get good input shaper results for the machines I ran them on, but never heard about that. I didn't see any real documentation out there on this yet. Is the 9mm actually for sale? But right here, if you can see this spot here, when this is in here, I'm just gonna rub this in here. This doesn't actually fit in there. So it rubs, especially on top of the belt, it rubs right here. And then down here, this printed part pushes up against it. And then this whole thing doesn't move at that point. It wouldn't matter if there was magnets or not here. I'm not using 4 magnets, but did they get back to you on those foreign parts offered at Rapid? Yes, actually, Bob, they reached out today, so we'll see how that goes. You're selling a bit different version? Okay. But I don't think I actually need those clamps because when this is bolted to the carriage, these belts are interlocked. I was the first or second person that got it. Okay. Part you got was before I fixed it. But I like I said, am I correct? I don't think I need that clamp. I think it's all interlocked just fine. When the tap, the back part here bolts to the MGN12, these belts aren't coming loose. So I'm gonna call it being okay. Your version can be used without clamps, but newer one requires clamps. Okay, so take note, the newer one requires the clamps. Let's put this guy in here. And that is that's just a 3x6 probably on here. What was the situation? Is that a custom part? Are these, do you actually make these little clamps, or are those a off-the-shelf part? Clamps are from a local person who punches them out of steel. Nice. You got a little local manufacturing going on there. Yeah, this will be fine. So, at that point, how does this go on? Where does that attach? Does that attach right there? It must. Neat. Okay. So these guys here, I'm going to go ahead and remove these nuts. Kind of looks like the portion that is interfering is where a 6mm belt wouldn't be. But it sounds like the actual for sale 9mm ones, this is a known issue and was changed. So I'm good with that. Where is my... Where did that go? Roll under? My 2.5mm ball end driver. Oh, there it is. I used it over here to pull this thing out. Okay. So making sure all the wires here, all the wires in here are still in their spots. I think we can set this up on here. This Trident is really turning out to be something to be admired with all these upgrades. I'm looking forward to trying it, that's for sure. Yep, there we go. Not tightening it yet. These are just a little bit of a challenge to get in here. Make sure I'm not pinching any wires. This is quite low, you're right. This is quite low on here. Anything okay? Still moves up and down. And then I need something goes there. Did I pinch anything? Double, triple checking I'm not pinching any wires. Yeah, I'm okay on that side. Okay. Everything is good. There's a little bit of a gap here that I'm not sure about. See, there's a gap there that I don't think I end up tightening that completely. Here, let's see if we can get a shot of it here. Oops. So even with this push back, There's a little gap there. That doesn't seem, I don't know if that would be there on a regular stealth burner, but there's a gap in there. I have to increase the distance between positive top part and center part, yeah. Cable chains makes a huge difference both aesthetically and functionally. There's a gap there. So when I tighten these, I'm only going to tighten them to hold things in place, not torque on it. And I think there's 2 more screws that come in here from the front anyway. And those are gonna be, let's see how long those are gonna be. Let's see if we can guesstimate. Looks like those are gonna be 25s. Yeah, I think those are 25s. So let's grab a couple of M3 by 25. These guys. I believe that this is fixed in current revision. If you're not going to install it today, then I can ship you up-to-date version. Is this gap? Is this a XOL problem or is this a tap problem? CNC tap problem. I absolutely wouldn't mind, for sure, the up-to-date one, because that helps to show and the production. But I also don't mind just it. I don't think that I'm going to have any actual problems with this as it is either. I don't think, maybe that does go all the way through. It might be a 20. It's a tap problem. XOL is good. Okay. If you want to send the updated version, I'd absolutely use it and show it. I don't know how much I'm flexing all of this, tightening that down too. So maybe I'll wait, because as I tighten that down, things were tweaking. So maybe it is a good idea for me to wait on that. I'm not going to tighten it. We're just going to put it in then. Ew. And I might have to remount those holes to get them to thread in properly. So I'm not going to force that either. Not going to force stuff. Well, let's get a little more look at this. These are probably 8mm. This is older version of XOL. No, this is brand new. This is the very latest files printed yet last night. Fixing tap problems, all is good. Yeah, this is files printed last night. The repo is about 2 weeks. The updates were about 2 weeks ago. If our community jumps in to help others print their time, appreciate it for sure. What is going on? There we go. Okay. Thoughts on XOL versus Dragon Burner? You just have all the questions on things I haven't tried both of yet. Well, that is the basic install of XOL. Let's get some kind of playing around with clearances and stuff here. Goes there. Awfully. It's okay. It'll bend over and it'll come around here and it'll be okay. XOL mount at a Hotend level, very low. dB is a bit higher. A bit higher, yeah. So I'm glad to be using the XOL here on this build because I don't have a lot of room here on the so on the above it. So I'm at an okay spot now, but streams are so important. Swings all the chat is great with help. Thank you. We're excited to see input shaper graphs off this printer once it's done. Well, one thing is that this toolhead board uses that ADXL chip that pre-filters the results, so it's not great. So we may have to find another mount. If anybody, I guess we can do a nozzle mount one, which I don't generally like. I don't like nozzle mount ADXLs, even if they give the best results or whatever, but we may have problems using data from this. This is not the Nighthawk 36. This is the Orbitool. It's an Orbiter specific toolhead board. So LISDW or whatever it's called, yeah. So there are known issues with, I think if I read correctly, it pre-filters the data, so doesn't play well with the Clipper and Shake and Tune data analysis. So yeah, very unfortunate. It's one of those things you kind of don't realize, and I don't know if how recently that's been discovered versus when this was being developed and other things. I don't know. But Build as old is a far superior design. I really don't like how the Dragon Burner mounts. Feels flimsy. Interesting. I'll find out. Like I said, I'm going to put a Dragon Burner one way or another on my solid fork. It'll be Dragon Burner probably with a G2, Galileo 2 SA. Or a mess with Shake and Tune. Yeah. So what other options do we have with the XOL for? Oh, you know what? We have unused Stealth Burner bottom mounting points here. I'll make a little mount for a regular ADXL, and it'll put it in basically the same spot. It'll be just as rigid. I'll put it down there so I don't have to deal with hot tightening and loosening this nozzle. So, see if I get this up here. See, we have that. See it right there? We have two unused threaded mounts that Stealth Burner would normally go into. Those will be perfect for a little ADXL mount. Yeah. And honestly, if I start switching this up, I'll probably switch to another extruder and everything later. The build as it is going to get this. It's going to get the things I wanted to try out. I wanted to try out this board. I have an Orbiter 2 on my solid fork right now, but it was more about checking out this guy than worrying about this. But it was an easy combination of parts to put on here. So that's where the beacon goes. Well, no, because you wouldn't use tap if you had beacon on here. That is coming together though. We're pretty much, I think that's as far as we can get today. I think we learned a lot of, oops. I think we learned a lot today. There's the white line. I think we learned, I need to try out their strain relief setup. Otherwise we'll tweak one, design one, tweak it, something. Like the Dragon Burners with G2 SA on my printer, so over 100 print hours. Nice. Why did you put an Orbiter extruder instead of Galileo 2? Because I have Galileo 2 in many printers. I don't have Orbiter 2 and I don't have the toolhead board for this. Now, to be honest, when I decided to try this and that toolhead board, I didn't know there was a problem with that ADXL on it. But I think the mounting another one elsewhere that's not a big enough issue to not put this combination on here. So I think we'll be fine. Currently building a Micron Plus, looking to try Dragon Burner with G2SA. Nice. Very nice. I think there's a G2SA top mount for this too. What's wrong with the ADXL? Missed that. It uses the LIST, someone said it, the whatever. The other process, the board, and it, I think, does some pre-processing of the data, and that messes with Clipper and shake and tune analysis of the data. LIS2DW, thank you. I realize I've never put these back on, so why don't we do that? That, and I think I have another one. Where is the other one? Not there, not there. It could be in here. There it is. Never put these back on, so let's get that progress, and that'll stabilize all this too, which is probably a good thing. Do you have any new builds planned? As in, it's interesting. New builds. Well, there's always new builds. The Tic Tac is on the plate. The rebuild of Solid Fork to the latest version is on the plate. Ooh, that's gonna be tough to get to. I was reading on the ZOL GitHub that it can collide with the regular front idlers. Are these 9mm CNC ones going to lose some travel? I don't think it's going to touch them at all. We'll try that here in a second. Got his purple tag on Discord. Oh yeah. Yeah, so Esoterical's a new member of the Voron crew. Do you build and modify printers just for fun, or do you need them for... Oh, absolutely. 100% for fun. 100% for fun. I have a build addiction. Sometimes it requires an unbuild before we build. It's a little tricky to get up in here with the cable chain in place. Oh, come on. Come on, there we are. Be prepared to put active cooling on the Orbiter board. It runs hot. I had to put a 25mm fan on mine. If I have to put a fan on it, I'm going to be swapping it out. That's the bottom line. Okay, so that I've just loosened those up. One of the things, I think I have what I want to make sure is that this vertical extrusion is in plane with the back of the printer. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to get under here. Tighten these up. I'll hold in with just that one tight. And I have not tweaked it, so I'm just going to guess that it's probably correct this way, because that's kind of dictated by this joint right here. And I never had any trouble with that before. So I built my solid fork 100% for fun. That's why all these builds happen. Just for fun. Roger is on the team. Yep, that's still lined up. Steep beards. Oh yeah, so yeah, that needed that chamfer there, big chamfer there, is so the belts don't rub. Way. For the 9mm belts, yep. And my chamfer is exactly flush with those printed parts. That could not have been any better right there. That makes me happy. See you, Troy. That makes me happy. Okay, well, I think that's good progress. We're at 2.5 hours. That's about right for a Tuesday stream. Are you a fan of conversion builds or from scratch builds? Both. Armor 3D printing. So kind of and as it goes further and further, I'm going to be doing more of mods and updates and tweaks to existing printers. There's only so many new printers I can build. I don't have a lot of space. So this is going to be shift even on the Sunday content to more accessories and new versions and stuff like that. The new builds are going to have to be carefully considered, and for the most part have a extra desire for myself of something I want to try, something that looks interesting. So you're welcome, Dat Mammut. Like building and modifying for fun, but I found it sad to not have them for a specific reason. Well, I do have them for a specific reason, so I could print parts for the next build. So, planning to rebuild a Micron. Yeah, and I've been actually doing some of the R1 stuff even in between. I hadn't really planned on it being stream content. So, we will find plenty of things to do. There's always something to work on and build. And there's non-printer projects that could happen. Like generally those have been mostly member stream content with the blasters and the RC cars and stuff like that. But as time goes on and depending on how things go, we could do other types of builds on these Sunday, and really optimally Tuesday streams won't be going forever. The reason I brought Tuesday streams in is to catch up on projects and catch up on things I want to do. But if I can get toward, I want to do one more thing here before we go. If I can get toward being caught up and being able to do more edited content, that would kind of take the place of some of the Tuesday streams, and maybe have Tuesday as a optional if I have something extra, but not a regular thing. So Double T sent me these 14mm screws, so I don't have to stack washers on these. So I think I'm supposed to still use one washer just to make sure it doesn't bottom out. One washer looks a whole lot better than two. Ever look at the min delta? I don't know what the min delta is. And I'm just replacing one of these at a time so I don't screw up the alignment of these parts. I have 2, I'm starting on my 3rd. Do a rebuild. Oh, yeah. Those Ware hex drivers, are they good? Yeah, I like them. They worked out pretty well. I have, this happens to be the ball end version. I have the straight version when I feel like I need even more torque. How do you like installing the XOL? The XOL itself was fine. I like some of the attention to detail on the wire paths. I like quite a bit of it. We ran into some issues because I have a early, like first 2 production CNC Tap that's apparently been fixed. And running into needing to figure out a good strain relief solution for the toolhead board. But, oh, that's Rolohans. If I was doing something like that, I would probably look at Squirrel Brain's remix of that. On my Discord, which link is in the description, Squirrel Brain is doing a build log of a tweak to the Rolohans Delta. I would expect, I don't know, but I would expect that Squirrel Brain's probably paying attention to things like wiring paths and or cable management and stuff that is not a known highlight of Rolohan's basic designs. And he would say, I think he would chuckle at that as well if he heard me say that, because we talked about it a little bit on the Rook build. So I think I would probably just go straight to Squirrel Brain's remix with that in mind. You didn't like the M2 screws? Well, they're M2.5s. So. I mean, for screwing the fans in. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any problems with it. I have no real concerns with the way this went together. Yeah. Aside from I want to get some black oxide fasteners for it to match the rest of the build, but. Finish bottles to make room. Oh yeah, I had some Pueblo Red on my breakfast quesadilla at work today. So anyway, I think I'm going to answer Mr. Robato's question first, and then we'll go into the rest of the week, what we're doing this weekend, and go. These are moon steppers with a 38mm shaft, which is a little short. I haven't tried the new tops on here yet either. I need to. But they're a little longer shafts, so they're double supported. These were bought in a group buy for the moon's steppers. So with that, this weekend, this Sunday, we should be back on Black Box. I'm told wiring harness will be here, and we will get back on that, and that will be the Sunday content until we're done with it. Possibly keep an eye out for, and I'll post a notification. Nero and I need to wrap up the positron builds, so I think we're about ready to do that. So that'll happen most likely on his channel sometime during the day, during the week. So that's not finalized, but we're going to do something to finish that off. So, and then next week we'll be back on this next Tuesday. So, did you both have issues? I didn't have any issues with my boards, but we both did have cracked heater elements. And I've received, I think we've both received extras, and they've got a supply of those for any of the round one kit buyers who have any issues with theirs. So, That's right. This is a holiday week for us in the US. Thursday is off. And that means I'm probably going to take Friday off. So get some work done here with a long weekend. So yeah, we got 4th of July. Yes, Friday night, I already heard an illegal firework going off in my neighborhood, so. 33 Chevy for the car show on Thursday. Nice. So with that, thank you everyone. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the gifted memberships, people who became members. Thanks Polymaker for the filament giveaway. Today's parts, LDO supplied the Orbiter and the Toolboard, and Vitali supplied the 9mm CNC parts kit, or CNC Tap. So yeah, people keep trying to burn down California. Exactly. So hope everyone has a good rest of your week. We will hopefully see you Sunday. Keep an eye out for a notice on when we're going to finish Positron. And that's it. Enjoy the build. Bye.